Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 22, Episode 6 of Time of Legends Joan of Arc. We're playing from the Seige expansion set. Our scenario is called the Siege of Calais, September 4th, 1346, pitting English Edward III, King of England, against the besieged Jean de Vienne in Calais fortress, and also with the French King Philip VI. Coming up from behind. We've got an activation. We're going to play an activation of this. It says, a letter to the king activates Philippe de Valois' area. So that means Philippe is activated for the game. It means he's moving forward. We're also going to play an activation for the English. It says, for the next melee attack, all your infantry units' blank results become charge attacks. So we're going to activate both of these death threats. So 2 activations in the Siege of Calais. Last round, quite interesting round. We are going to jump right into round number 6, but first we're going to have a message from our sponsor. Pontos Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore link to Pontos Fathom Press down in the description. You can check out books like The Esoteric Dragon Mysteries, Decoding the Dragon Symbol, and Myth and Occult Traditions. This is volume 4 of our podcast series from our sister channel, Pontos Fathom Press. You can go check out our podcast there. We've also got Tales of the Yellow Sign, King in Yellow, and Lost Carcosa in the Yellow Sign, 2-volume set. Our Cthulhu series with Alchemy of Azathoth, Genealogy of Cthulhu, Archaeology of Yog-Sothoth, Psychoanalysis of Rillier, Necromancy of Nyarlathotep, and the Hermeticism of Hastur. Also available in the bookstore, and you can get it in the omnibus edition. Thank you guys so much for making this one a hit. And finally, we got Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga. Check them out in the bookstore. You can also check out our Patreon for as little as $1. You can stay across our Song of Ice and Fire gameplay, our miniature painting, Joan of Arc. We're playing Tainted Grail, Eldritch Horror, Conan by Monolith, and many, many other games. Go check out our webpage, go check out our playlists, and you can find something that you might be interested in. Also, you can like and subscribe thanks to our Patreons and subscribers. Get notified when we do more Joan of Arc, more Song of Ice and Fire. Back to the game. Okay, without further ado, let's grab our activations. This round we get an activation card that is 3. So we will go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for our French and our English. We'll also grab 3 War Council cards. War Council cards, 1, 2, 3. We had no casualties last round, but the battering ram is in position for the front gate, and we get, I'm going to have the charge go to the French. They will get a charge token, and they're probably going to play it this round. Try to disrupt maybe this bombard. And we will give the English player, we'll grab 3 cards and discard 1. So they have Ambush, Hedgehog, and Fanaticism. Okay, let's grab Ambush and Fanaticism. Those are our cards. These will go to the English. When defending, cancel up to 2 attacks. I'm going to take this defending for our next, make sure to play that in our next round. We're going to start out with the French activating. First, we're going to activate our cavalry as well as our provincial militia. We're also going to move our crossbowmen off this wall. Just in case it gets hit, we'll have the crossbowmen line onto this, and we'll also have Jean de Vienne. He's also going to be here on this wall, just in case that activates. So this is 1 activation token for the wall. We'll also activate our crossbowmen up on the wall. We'll leave our pikemen inside the wall for anyone who wants to breach through. We'll activate those crossbowmen there. You know what? While I'm at it, I'm going to grab my last activation. Let's also activate these pikemen. They're quite overwhelmed down here. Let's give them a fighting chance to do some damage. Okay, so first off, we're going to charge. We can charge 2 with these. So this will take us all the way up to this bombard. So 1, 2. 1, 2. We'll also have king there. These here. 1, 2. And let's continue with these. 1, 2. 1, 2. And 1, 2. So we've got our double French knights here. We also will activate these into this space. They get to visit the apothecary. The apothecary gives them once per turn. If you discard 1 legend card, you gain 1 power token, or draw 1 legend card. We'll keep our legend card. That's fine. But let's go ahead and start with crossbowmen. Crossbowmen will attack to these bowmen. Crossbowmen versus bowmen. It is a red die versus a white die. Red die versus white die. And we get a hit. So bowmen get sent to the infirmary. Next up, we will do one more crossbowman attack down to these Volgiers here. Volgiers also getting hit by crossbowmen sent to the infirmary. Okay. So this activation done. This activation also done. Let's move on to our knights. We'll have mounted knights versus the ballista. Mounted knights versus the ballista. Mounted knights versus ballista. It gets 1 defense. It has 2 hit points. So mounted knights versus ballista. 2 versus 1. Does 1 damage to the ballista. And let's have these other mounted knights also go after this ballista. Second round of mounted knights. And the ballista is sent to the infirmary. Check this ballista out. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Right? It's not bad. Weapons of the Siege expansion are pretty cool. Okay, so we got 2 of these mounted knights have gone. Let's have this last mounted knight attack these bowmen. Bowman mounted knight is 2. Bowmen are yellow. A shield blocks a push, and injury bowmen are sent to the infirmary. So big damage to the English. Let's continue our attack on the bombard. The bombard has a black defense. Black defense. Bombard is given 1 damage. Let's roll 1 more attack with the bombard. Bombard blocks with 1. Let's give 1 more attack with the bombard. We can re-roll 1 die, and the bombard is damaged. This is our saintly guys. So bombard is also damaged. Bombard damaged. Pretty cool, right? Okay. All right, so this is complete. That's it. All right, we can actually have King Philip will attack. King Philip will attack these bowmen. Bowmen as this. Sword. Philip gets the bowmen. slashes into the bowmen. Okay, so that's that. And finally, they've moved forward, but no attack possible for them. So that is going to do it for... Oh, we have these... Actually, we have these last bowmen mounted knights. We have the provincial... Oh, sorry, the pikemen. No, provincial militia. Provincial militia versus the foot knights. Foot knights have a black versus black. Blocked. And white versus black. Blocked. Okay, so that's going to be that. Let's move over to the English player. English player is going to activate the battering ram. They will also activate the catapult. They will also activate these troops, these bowmen, and these troops. So that is going to be the activations of the English. Let's go by the numbers. First of all, the battering ram first. Battering ram once per round. It can do an attack here. 1 damage to that terrain element. So we'll put a token, a second token on the front gate. We've wisely moved off that. Once per round, they activate the battering ram. Okay, so battering ram activated. Let's also have the trebuchet fire at the same. Trebuchet fires. We roll with trebuchet with 2 whites. This white becomes a sword. It says white becomes a sword when attacking. So we get 1 attack, 1 more attack with the trebuchet onto the main gateway. This is a 3 damage of the main gateway, if I'm correct. Main gateway. Gateway. Resistance 3. Gatehouse has been crashed. Let's put some ruins here in place of the gatehouse. Gatehouse has been destroyed. Let's say we just shot into the center piece of it. I'll put a tower there instead to sort of simulate it. We can do that next round, but maybe we'll just take this tower for now, and it'll sort of look like this, right? Say that we've smashed down some of the gatehouse, like that. The gatehouse has fallen. Put it here for now. Okay, so we've got a massive hole in the front of the castle. That will be some victory points for the English. Trebuchet has fired. This has fired. Let's go ahead to the our foot knights. Foot knights get double red versus the pikemen. Pikemen defending with a yellow. So double red versus yellow. They get an attack, so 1 casualty. They are sent off to the infirmary. Next one again. Another casualty. So our pikemen have been sent to the infirmary. That is going to wrap it up for the English. A huge defeat there with battering rams smashing down some of the rampart. So you can see how that siege mechanism, that softened that gatehouse. And luckily, Philippe Valois, Jean de Vienne, he moved off of that gatehouse. They knew that this was coming. So, okay, that's going to wrap it up. Let's just do some rolls for our infirmary. So we get a bowman. Bowmen get to rally. Bowmen stay in the infirmary. Another bowman rallies. Bowman rally. Next up, English. I'm sorry, French. French are killed. Next one. French rally. Back to this rally point here. We'll have to activate those. The bombard. No, I'm sorry. The bowmen also get to rally here. These get to, pikemen get to rally. And the bombast stays in the infirmary, and that's going to wrap it up for the turn. We will see you all in round number 7. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.